Hi, fellow traders. Hope everybody's doing good. Haven't had much to do this week. Monday was my birthday, and I didn't really do any recap video or anything. I bailed out as soon as I could to try to enjoy the rest of the day. But I shared with you, Monday started out as a disaster pretty much. But we only ended up losing $100. And, Tuesday, I kind of stepped back and only took a couple of kind of fishing trades just to test the market to see if it was what I thought it was. And it was. We lost about $100 on Tuesday. And yesterday, I just wasn't feeling it. I'm going to tell you what really broke my spirit was what happened that morning. If you take a look at right here, when the jobs report came out and we started selling, and I was like, this is what I've been waiting on, because I'm sitting short, I'm holding Baba short, I'm holding on Twitter short. I'm waiting for the market to keep coming back, to get rid of this bounce and come back. So I'm thinking, I'm like, yeah, this is it. And darn, if it didn't bounce off of this level here. I don't have it on this chart, but it'll show up. It didn't bounce off this level right here. And I said, as soon as I saw this, I'm like, guys, this thing is just going to recover and keep going. Even though I wanted it to pull back, I didn't think it was coming back. And that kind of broke my spirit. And so I just didn't see any opportunities in the market either. And one of the things that I said I was going to do that I needed to work on that I didn't do well last year was on days when I really shouldn't be trading, I needed to stop trading or don't take a trade at all. If it's not right, you sit on your hands and wait. Now, that's not to say that there are not opportunities out there, because there are other traders trading different strategies that, it's working for them. A scalper is always going to have opportunity. It may be smaller on some days than others, but they'll always have that opportunity. And I don't scalp. I look for my strategies, my setups that's work for me. And we go through periods where the market is just not there for it. I know what conditions are not good for my strategies. And I was determined that, okay, Monday I made a mistake. Tuesday, I managed my risk. I just kind of tested the waters. But Wednesday it felt the same. I just wasn't going to do it. So I knew I wasn't in tune with what was going on. So I am looking, if the SPY breaks and pushes the 20 here, then I know I'm done. I'm just going to have to eat it. But I'm holding them, long term in my long-term swing account, and that's the account I can hold it in unless I get bought in, which is a possibility. Then I'll really be upset. But if it doesn't pull back and we just complete the recovery and keep going, that's gonna hurt me. So, but I am looking for it to not push this 20 and hold above it. I'm looking for it to come back and try to make another trek down. This candle pretty much ensured that wasn't going to happen at, right in this area. But I thought sure we would reject off of this, the 90-day, and then start to pull back. But I have to trade what the market gives me. I have to accept it, and move on. And that kind of leads me to, what I have up here today is the right stuff. So what do I mean by the right stuff? There are two things that we can control in our trading: our mindset and our attitude. We can't control the market or how it moves. We can't control the players in the market, or we can't control when the news comes out. But we can control how we react to all of those things. If we have a plan to develop these traits while we're learning to trade, then we're going to have the right stuff. We're going to develop it. Professional traders who consistently profit have the right stuff. They're in tune with themselves. They know if they don't feel in control of themselves, they're not going to trade that day. They'll go to the gym or go play golf or, just go for a ride. They'll do something, but they won't force it. And that's why they've been in the game and they've been in the market all that time, is because they know they have the right stuff. They're in tune with their mindset and their attitude. You don't need all the advantages in life. You don't need a bankroll or anything. You just need that right stuff. Because contrary to popular belief, it's not what's going on in the market that makes you successful. It's what's going on inside of you. And that's what matters. So we all have that ability to develop the right stuff. Each and every one of us. Some people don't believe they can do it. And it's not that they can't. It's just that they don't want to. If you don't want to put in the work and you just don't want it, then you don't want it. But if you want it, everybody has the ability to develop the right stuff. And there are traders that I do work with, one-on-one, that this is what we're working on. They know how to trade. They know the setups. They can identify them. But they don't have control over their mindset or their attitude. I've been down that road, been there, done that. I know how detrimental it could be. So you guys, if you are struggling with your trading and you can't seem to get a grip on things, it's probably because you're lacking the right stuff and you don't have control over your mindset, or your attitude. So going forward, these are some things that I think you're going to want to pay attention to and start developing. All right, so let's go over the trades for today. Now, the first trade out of the box, I was very patient. I did give up some profit, but I had to be patient. And, coming back after a bad couple of days, Monday was pretty bad. Tuesday was a bad day. Didn't trade at all yesterday. And I was looking, this is a 5-minute opening range breakdown here. Here's the 5-minute open range low. Here's where I should have, typically you get in it right here. As soon as we break the 5-minute opening range low. Well, at that time we had the 20 right here, and I had this daily level. And yeah, I could have gotten in here, and it could have bounced here and stopped me out, which typically happens sometimes. So I was just patient, and I waited for it to crack this level. Once we got below it, I got in, and yeah, we pulled back a little bit, but that's not uncommon, and it worked out. So we got our first cover right here at 84.50 at the $half mark. Now there was the 100-day right here, and there was the 84.14 level right here. So what I did was I waited for it to hit this level, because I didn't know if we were gonna bounce here or not. So I took a little bit off here, and I waited for it to get down some more, and I took some more off here at, what was it, 83.54. All right, and then I took the last little bit off at 84 when we started to bounce. You know, I probably should have took it off earlier, but I was messing with another stock, which is kind of a no-no. You know, I typically like to focus on one stock and, you know, do that thing, but NTAP was another stock that was on our watch, and, you know, it was looking pretty good, and so I wanted to take it, but I will cover that there in a minute. But I got back in on the rejection here and, you know, covered like I normally do. I was looking for it to pull back to the 100-day or at least test red to green. But we got a little dip, but then that was it. Once we got over the 9, I went ahead and took it off. No need to really keep it, you know, keep working this. But a real nice trade, real clean, no stop outs. I was really patient with my entries and made sure that, you know, I had little chance of me getting faked out. So this was an awesome way to start the day. So NTAP, you know, this was an opening range breakdown here. Beautiful breakdown. So on the bounce, I was like, I'm going to catch this on the rejection here. Now, yeah, I kind of jumped the gun a little bit on this one, but just, I mean, it just looked so perfect. And it, on the 2-minute, it was showing that we were changing direction, but it just couldn't stick. And, you know, because of that, I went ahead and took it off. And, you know, a small loss on this. I mean, I think I managed it well because, you know, I was reading the price action and it was telling me that we were having trouble around this level. We were having trouble with 53. And we just couldn't get through it. So I went ahead and stopped out. You can see here, we did pull back through it a little bit. But then after that, this thing trended up all freaking day. It's not a clean move. You know, it just kind of stair-stepped its way up. But, you know, it definitely wasn't a short anymore. So this wasn't bad. I would take this trade again if it presented itself. You know, no regrets on it. No regrets. So AA, this was a bottom reversal. I was looking at getting off of this level here. Number one, it took, I got in, and then I was trying to set my sell order, and I accidentally did a buy order. And so instead of me putting the order out to sell half up here, I put an order, I actually bought more. So, you know, this was kind of a mistake here. I would have made a little bit more money on this trade, you know, had I not made this mistake. But just wasn't ready to reverse. You can see we pulled back. It tested this level again. Couldn't push the 9, pulled back, tested this level again. Finally got over it. And then we started, you know, these bullish patterns here. But we didn't have a whole lot of legs to really do much. But never did come back. So it was, I mean, it was worth a try. This is the exact move that we look for. And, you know, just didn't materialize. So TRIP, this is one that I kind of worked all day. And, you know, this turned out excellent. This was on the rejection here. Yeah, I could have gotten it up here to grab some extra money, but I waited until we faded all of this. I didn't want to get this above the 200 or 44 or the 9. So I waited till we faded that. I got in and just started taking profit according to my plan here. So I took some off at 20. 25 was gonna be the 25 was gonna be the target. I got some at 20, and here we started bouncing. So I ended up just taking the rest off at 14. So I was all out. But then it looked like we were starting to reject this and roll over. It was still showing weakness. So I went ahead and jumped back in. And this is actually one order. It split. It only covered a piece of it here. And then this candle opened and then it sold off and I ended up, getting the rest of it here. It was a partial fill. So this was all one ticket. It just got filled over 2 candles. And, as we made the move down, I took some more off here according to plan. My target was this 41.34 level. And it came down and hit 50. And I contemplated taking it when I saw the support building in. But I was like, nah, we might reject off of this 20. I mean the 9 here, but we didn't. We pulled up to the 20, didn't reject, so I had to go ahead and take it off. And this was a profit targeting. It was a profit stop anyway, because this is where I entered, and that was a profit stop. And so later on in the day, I was looking to get the late day fade. I could have gotten it up here again, but I'm not going to short into all of that. I took a risk shorting into this level here, but I got in it. We got a little pullback here, and a little bit of cause for concern, but then it quickly turned around, ended up covering here. I covered some here, and I was waiting to see if we can get down to this again, but we couldn't. And this is a weird thing. Now, this would happen to me with SureTrader every now and then. Never happened to me with SpeedTrader. I had a stop order here at 75, at 42.75. That's where I had put my stop on this last piece. And once the bell rang, I thought I had gone and just taken my stop off because I was going to wait to see if we get a little bit of fade after the market close or whatever. And next thing I know, this thing had covered my last position at my stop. And I don't know how. I don't know why, because the thing closed at 42.40, but somehow it took me out on my stop. But it's back at break even, so it didn't really cost me anything. But I would have loved to cover it back here at 40. At a minimum, that would have been a nice little profit stop. But don't really know what happened here. I know with DOS this morning we had a scare. I was in both of these. I was in 2 trades, and the platform froze. Level 2 was running, but the charts were frozen, and I couldn't get in or out of trades. It was crazy and scary at the same time. But it did start working, and it did come back around. But this was, pretty crazy here. I don't even know how that could have happened. But that was my day today, 17.50, 240. Okay day, based especially because we had a bad Monday and Tuesday and no trades on yesterday. So I'll take it. I'll take that any day. So we'll go into tomorrow, see if we can do some good tomorrow, and make a couple of dollars then. It's gonna end the week, looking to end the week strong. But if the market does some crazy stuff and I don't see any opportunities, then won't be trading. At least I'll be going into the weekend with, green. I won't have to, fester over a red account over the weekend. All right, guys. So that's going to do it from me today. You guys have a great night, a great evening, or morning, wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I will see you guys first thing tomorrow.